What is going on, everybody? I hope you guys are all having a fantastic start to the week. Obviously, it's Tuesday now. I did not get a video out yesterday, but lots of news. We have a new Hedera Hashgraph governing board member in Dell. I don't think that you guys have. We'll need an explanation of Dell. They're obviously a fairly large organization, but we'll go over that anyways, as well as Bank of England putting out a consultation paper series on the digital pound, central bank digital currency. Some additional information in here as well regarding quant. So I'm just going to hop right in. So first and foremost, this was published today at Bank of England and HM Treasury publication. So, if you don't think, or, your family members and friends that may not think that crypto assets and, these ecosystems are really going to develop out, you can kind of look at what's going on even from a central banking standpoint. The way we use money is changing, and this consultation series sets to put our assessment of the case for a retail central bank digital currency or a digital pound. Now, they did two different papers that they put out today. The first one that they put out is essentially the overview and the consultation paper. These things are extremely long, 116 pages. If you want to go to the Bank of England site, you can certainly look at it. Talks about wholesale CBDC, aspects of privacy, international risk, gives certain use cases that they've trialed out in the past. So you can see even within this here, these are some of the goals, obviously. So wholesale CBDC, box H, retail and wholesale, and they're getting into enhancing the existing system. The central bank will increase transparency, efficiency, and speed of information exchange through adopting the ISO 20022 standard. The renewed real-time gross settlement system, not built on top of distributed ledger technology as we've seen, but going to interoperate. The roadmap for the renewed real-time gross settlement system beyond 2024 includes proposal to deliver atomicity. Atomic payments, atomic settlement, atomic data transaction back and forth by allowing third parties to use distributed ledger technology to coordinate transactions between real-time gross settlement and other ledgers. So we've talked about that as well. The bank continues to explore this via Project Meridian, a joint initiative with the Bank for International Settlements Innovation Hub London Center, which is prototyping and testing the end-to-end flow of synchronized settlement. Interestingly enough, we see Ripple in here in this document just coming out today. We know that the trials of Ripple occurred within the Bank of England occurred very early on. I would say like 2014, 2015. Enable private sector innovation. Within the real-time gross settlement renewal program, the bank's focus has been to develop our roadmap for ongoing improvements to the real-time gross settlement service, in line with industry feedback and incorporating elements from previous proofs of concepts and experience. These have included cross-border synchronization, a joint project with Ripple demonstrating that synchronized foreign exchange transactions in two different simulated real-time gross settlement systems can be achieved, leading to the incorporation of synchronization functionality into the roadmap for renewal. So literally the trial from Ripple with the Bank of England led the central bank to incorporate synchronization functionality into their new real-time gross settlement renewal program. So pretty interesting stuff there. DLT proof of concept as well in here. Now they get into lots of aspect around privacy and other initiatives as well. Again, I'm not going to read through 116 pages. The second part of what was released today is the technology working paper. And I just wanted to hit on a couple of things here. So if you look at, let me do it here. Talking about different models potentially being integrated. So models for enabling smart contracts come with additional complexity and risk. The Ethereum approach, this is saying if they were to use EVM, or Ethereum, sorry, not just EVM, approach would require the bank to host and orchestrate a wide-ranging business logic on behalf of others in the form of smart contracts. Given their aim to provide the minimum necessary functionality for a CBDC or central bank digital currency, this activity is best left to the private sector. Hosting business logic also creates a number of reputational risks and potential conflicts. It could also create technical challenges or inhibit the performance of the core CBDC system. Well, it looks like they're not going to inherently build off on Ethereum natively. And it talks about Avalanche. Now, this is saying I'm just going to give kind of the basis at the end here. Segregating the smart contract platform from the core ledger may be one way to address additional performance demands, but it would require us to host a smart contract platform, and it would expose the bank to operational risks and other considerations highlighted above. All right. So yeah, I mean, smart contract architectures may not be appropriate for the core CBD system, but some functionality might be enabled elsewhere in the ecosystem. It's talking about regulatory and liability frameworks, programmable features. It talks about digital wallets within here. I'll go over a little bit more of this here in a second because Gilbert Verdian from Quant also kind of talking through this as well. So yeah, talking about programmability within wallets, offline payments. So again, 86 pages. It's a lot. All right. Huge announcement today. We've kind of been waiting to see who the next governing board member of the Hedera ecosystem was going to be, and now we have it. So Dell Technologies joining Hedera's governing council to help automate distributed ledger technology. You can get into this. Dell will gain experience with the opportunities provided by the rising technology firsthand by running its own Hedera node, developing applications on the Hedera network for highly decentralized mission-critical environments such as edge computing, and openly sharing its results for the industry's collective learning. The Hedera Governing Council consists of up to 39 highly diversified organizations. Now, I think with Dell, they're at 29 now. And this, like you see here, it's talking about edge computing. I'm going to get into this a little bit more into the weeds here. I will say Zenobia from Swirlds did an interview with Steve Todd, VP of Data Innovation and Strategy at Dell Technologies. So I would definitely recommend going to hedera.com/podcast and checking that out. Now, like I said, 28. With the inclusion of Dell, they're at 28. Now, if you're not aware who the governing board members of the Hedera network are, Aberdeen, Avery Dennison, Boeing, Chainlink, DBS, Dell, Dentons, Deutsche Telekom, DLA Piper, EDF, EFTPOS, FIS or Fidelity Information Services, Google, IBM, IIT Madras, LG, LSE, Magalu, Nomura, ServiceNow, Shinhan Bank, Standard Bank, Swirlds, Tata Communications, Ubisoft, and UCL. Talk about power hitters there, and I think there's 11 left that still need to be facilitated, so it'll be a very interesting year. Now, Dell mentioned edge computing. I'll play this kind of quick video for you guys so that if you're not aware, some of the ecosystems that may be affected by edge computing. So,
opportunities for growth happen at the edge. Now you can modernize with confidence and bring insights where you need them. Our portfolio has intrinsic security built in and empowers you to consolidate as you expand your technology. Edge Gateway and Latitude rugged laptops provide secure connectivity and uninterrupted performance wherever critical data is generated, even in the harshest environments. VxRail, a hyper-converged platform, consolidates and accelerates your processing needs. And our streaming data platform enables rapid analysis of data at the edge, delivering real-time, actionable insights. Our manufacturing edge solution simplifies your path to smart manufacturing. With PowerStore and PowerEdge Tower servers, you can store data for deep learning, training, and continuous optimization. Together, our edge solutions deliver immediate, actionable insights.
Again, if you're not aware, within edge computing solutions, they deal in multiple different industries: manufacturing, retail, digital cities, healthcare, utilities, transportation, safety and security, telecom. So, pretty gigantic announcement. Dell's one of the largest tech companies in the world, over 165,000 employees globally, founded by Michael Dell in 1984. Personal computers, network, servers, data storage solutions, and software. As of January 2021, Dell was the largest shipper of PC monitors globally and the third largest PC vendor by unit sales worldwide. So yeah, massive. So kudos to the Hedera ecosystem. Obviously, it's pretty awesome to see these really heavy hitters just continuously kind of added onto the governing board, and then obviously running a validator as well. So okay, and now there was a Bank for International Settlement speech that came out today. Just kind of want to briefly touch on what's going on in some of these areas globally, as I've already pointed out in the past. So this is the Bank of Italy. focusing on the need to identify areas in which new distributed ledger technologies can contribute to the overall stability of the financial system and to customer protection. In our communications as of June 2022, we reminded banks that the opportunities and risks associated with the use of these technologies and of crypto assets, encouraging them to implement measures to mitigate these risks. Last November, they published Milano Hub's second call for proposals on the application of distributed ledger technologies to banking, financial, insurance, and payment services. Project aims to disseminate best practices amongst market participants in order to promote, above all else, the reliability of DLT governance, the robustness of settlement mechanisms, and of internal risk management controls. So there is, this is a global kind of aspect that we consistently see surrounding the adoption of distributed ledger technology, crypto assets, central bank digital currencies. You can look at what some of the platform integrations might be as well. Interesting that we see the Bank of England referencing back to the Ripple trials in 2014, 2015-ish timeframe, literally leading them to add in some of the aspects from that trial, or at least some of the ideas from that trial, into the renewed real-time gross settlement system through the bank and through the UK. This I saw today, which was a little bit scary. We'll get into quant here in a second, but Americans can't consent to companies' use of their data. Americans admit, now this is based on a survey, that they don't understand data privacy. They're helpless to control it. They think they're helpless to control it, and they believe they're harmed when firms use their data, making what companies do illegitimate. They polled people on true-false statements about basic corporate and government internet practices and policies, and you can see how many people got, questions wrong here within all of these. 85% incorrect with this question, 82% incorrect within this question. Some social media platforms activate users' smartphone speakers to listen to conversations and identify their interests in order to sell them ads. But there was there's a lot of data within here. So America's responses to statements about control over their data. Americans say, 91% of Americans say that they want to have control over what marketers can learn about them online. 87% would like to learn more about how digital marketers use the information they collect about Americans' online activities. Can see a lot of strongly agrees within here. But yeah, if you get down into how many people, I think it was like 70% of people were getting questions wrong within one segment within this. So it was a pretty crazy study. It's, again, this is a little bit of a longer document here, but I think it always behooves us to maintain a level of kind of knowledge as far as what's being tracked. What can we potentially do about, our digital sovereignty and how to keep ourselves safe, especially whenever most of our data is leveraged against us. I'll talk a little bit about that in a second here. But all right, so I did want to bring up XX, obviously, focused on data sovereignty, focused on privacy. Putting out a tweet from Gilbert Verdian here today. He was talking about the official approval of the Secure Asset Transfer Protocol Working Group in the IETF, or the Internet Engineering Task Force. Now, if you're not aware what the IETF, or the Internet Engineering Task Force, is, essentially a standard development for asset transfer bridges. Key contributor to the IETF Secure Asset Transfer Protocol, which I just mentioned, which aims to standardize digital asset transfers from one network to another. And this was actually, this was approved. The working group was approved in the IETF, so pretty awesome. Alongside that, Gilbert talking kind of a big breakdown around the digital pound and the documents that the Bank of England just put out. So if you want to check out, I certainly recommend following Gilbert Verdian, obviously head of Quant. And then I started to do a little bit of digging into Quant today, because I saw a press release that came out just this morning. Banks accelerate their move to the cloud with new Oracle banking services. Okay, so cloud native software as a service suite gives corporate and retail banks the agility to modernize their banking applications quickly to meet customer demands and capitalize on new opportunities. Talking about 6 new services, including real-time ISO 20022 global payment processing, API management, enterprise-wide limits and collateral management, digital experience capabilities. Well, if you get into Quant, even within, this is through Oracle again, even through their cloud marketplace, software as a service on the Oracle Cloud Platform, Oracle Cloud Infrastructure. This is the Overledger Enterprise Distributed Ledger Technology Gateway 1.5. So I was curious to look at the reviews here. So I clicked on both reviews. Now you can obviously take this with a grain of salt. This is right from Oracle's website though. And this is Puneet Renjan, so Global Strategy. Whoever this individual is, right? So I'm like, I wonder who this person is. I looked up both of them. And Puneet is saying, highly qualified team willing to face challenges. This is September 22nd, 2022. Some mistakes with cross-chain atomic swaps that were quickly corrected. Flexibility was a crucial factor in the progress of the implementation. So obviously something being tested from cross-chain atomic swaps, something being implemented within some sort of a system. So then let's look and see who Puneet probably is. Well, it just so happens to be, and he just retired, I think, at the end of last year. So during these trials, the chief executive officer at Deloitte. You can obviously look into, how big Deloitte is as far as just globally in terms of finance or advisory services or a number of different services that Deloitte offers. You can look at kind of actually even going back to Ripple. I mean, Deloitte showcased RippleNet integration into Temenos with Bluzelle back in this had to be 6 or 7 years ago. So Deloitte is kind of all over the place. So pretty interesting to see potentially the CEO of Deloitte talking about cross-chain atomic swaps and talking about something being implemented. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video again. And I will definitely put something out as soon as I can in the near future. So I'll talk to you guys when I talk to you. Thanks. Bye.